Well, praise the Lord. It's Tuesday night,
It is
fresh
Tuesday.
fire Bible
Oh
study.
my gosh, I was gonna say it's Wednesday. It's
It's
already been
Tuesday.
a lot packed at the beginning of the
It has
week.
been.
Oh
It
my
has been a
gosh.
whole lot going on, a lot of good
Yes,
things going on. Guys, welcome tonight to our Fresh Fire Bible study. I'm Pastor George. This is my beautiful
Pastor
wife,
Kim.
Pastor Kim. Guys, thank y'all so much connecting with Success Nation. We are the hybrid church here in
McDonough,
McDonough,
Georgia.
Georgia, where we believe in making church convenient, building connections, and also developing communities. We believe in connecting with you and taking your life to the next level that God has called you to walk in.
Yes.
Our ministry is based on Jeremiah chapter 1, verse 5, where he said, Before you was formed in your mother's womb, he said, I knew you and I called you to be a prophet to a nation. There is a nation that
It's
God
waiting on
is
you.
waiting on you.
There is a nation
Nation on
waiting
you.
on you.
So, honey, you're going to get started with the announcements and then we'll get into the word of God for tonight.
All right. Well, if you want me to go ahead and do the announcements, guys, we meet every weekend. Every weekend, our online service is at 10:30 a.m. We meet every weekend except for the fourth weekend. We meet that Sunday in person at 10 o'clock a.m. And if you are interested in staying connected, scan the QR code. Share the code with family and friends, and you can stay abreast of the things that's going on at Success Nation. And last thing, if you have any shout outs, guys, we love to talk about the goodness of God. Sometimes we always are talking about what's not happening, what's not right, what problem we may have. But guys, if you got a shout out, you want to talk about the goodness of God, please put it in the comments, share with us online. We would love to just rejoice with you.
Yeah, back in the day, we used to call shout outs testimony service.
Well, see,
Good fiery testimony. So, I have a story before we get
I was
started.
gonna say, but we doing a revised version. You tell us what it is, and we'll
Before,
tell.
yeah, because see,
We're not gonna pass the mic. You
right,
pass
so
the mic. That mic
people don't
sometimes don't
understand
come
that
back to the
back in
front.
I wonder if they still do this. So, back in the church where I grew up in, we would
Oh,
have devotion. So devotion consisted of about three or maybe four or five songs, and then we came around the altar
success.
and we prayed.
Mhm.
Right
I don't know.
after that, we had testimony service, and in testimony service, people testified. They got up and just gave these random praise things that God was
Or they
doing in
broke
their
out
life.
into song,
Or of course, they broke out into songs.
made in the moment songs.
No, I wasn't made in a moment. A lot of the songs my wife had never heard of before.
And I bet you haven't either.
Yeah,
You heard them.
like I'm a soldier.
No,
I
everybody.
bet,
I
I
know it's
bet you any
soldier.
kind of money if I was to do
Mm-mm.
trivia,
No,
some of these things they know these songs.
it
I'm a
was not a
soldier
soldier. No,
in
it
the
was
army of the
no,
Lord. Have you tried
no,
Jesus?
no. It
He's
was.
all right. God don't need no
I've
matches.
been going through, but he found me on the side. It was just
That's
me.
not a song. She making that one up. That was not a song. All right, so guys, we got an amazing word for you on tonight. Tonight we're ministering on when love stinks.
Oh,
Sometimes in life, love can actually stink. And we're going to make it a conversational piece because we're going to be dealing with family. We're also going to be dealing with relationships piece. We're going to be dealing with a lot of different things. But this came to me the other day. We was talking about what does love look like.
mm-hmm.
And so when we was ministering on this about what does love look like, I wanted to give an opportunity. I was thinking about sometimes that because see what Kim and I passion, of course, is marriage, right? But
Uh-huh.
we believe we live in a day now where people just giving up on relationships, period.
Yeah.
If you don't do something, I was listening to um, Denzel Washington,
Okay.
and they were saying, "Are you worried about being canceled?" That's what they asking.
Oh
Are you
wow.
worried about being canceled? And he's looking around. He's like, "How's somebody gonna cancel me for my opinion?" And now I do understand that sometimes people can say something that's out of whack, and whatever the council policy is, people do that. Counseling, what Crystal divine cancellation, when people counsel you, that means that you're losing support and followers. They just stop
Okay.
following you. That's what they mean by counsel you, right? But he said something that was so key. He said, how can you counsel me for doing something that I believe I'm called to do? The point I wanted to make was this: we living in a day and hour when things don't go right,
They
relationships
just
don't
done with you.
go right.
So there's that canceling that it's they're done with you.
Right. They
Just
don't they
done
don't
with
they
you.
don't stick it through. They don't see it through. So we're going to talk today about how do you handle when love stinks? When
Mm.
love stinks. And so the analogy I want to give you was Noah.
In
What
the
God,
ark.
and so a lot of people, so we got a lot of different people, different backgrounds. So there was a scripture in the Bible when it talked in the book of Genesis when Noah, a man named Noah, was given a command to build an ark
Yes.
because it was going to rain. It rained and it flooded, called the Great Flood. So he took all these animals, he took his family inside of this boat, and his family, survived. But what people don't understand about this boat, you had a family,
Mm-hmm.
you got all of these
Animals.
animals,
Oh my gosh.
right? And you're stuck in this confined place
With nowhere to go.
with nowhere to go. Can you imagine? We were losing our minds during COVID.
Can you imagine? You know what? This is an aside, but I guess to give you a visual, not exactly the same, but just to give you a visual about nowhere to go. There's a documentary about a cruise ship. Remember
Yes.
that one? What is it
Uh,
called? Anyway,
it's
it's
the
the
cruise.
called like the poop ship
Yeah.
because the system shut down and the toilets wouldn't work. So it was just people waste could not leave the ship.
So can you imagine being in a place where you're safe? They're safe. They're
They're safe.
protected
They're
from the
not
flood.
drowning. They're not going down.
You're in obedience
You're in
because
obedience.
God told you to do it, and that's why you're doing it,
Uh-huh.
right? But you are confined to this place
And it
with it
stinks.
stinks, it's noisy,
Oh wow.
is animals everywhere. I am almost positive that Noah and his family and his wife and his children, I'm almost positive they got annoyed.
Oh yes.
They got annoyed.
I can only imagine.
So tonight, that's what we're going to talk about. How do you handle love in relationships with family and friends and different things when they are actually annoying you? They're
Mm.
getting on your nerves. Let's go to the next slide. I want to look at this one right here. So, what are some of the things that people do that annoy you? I wrote some notes down for this.
Okay, so what are some things that people do that annoy?
Right.
Uh keep interrupting, keep talking, keep repeating things, telling you the same things over and over,
Over and over.
nagging, not handling responsibilities, disregarding what you say, ignoring your concerns. I can go down the laundry list.
So and I categorize those things and I call them repetitions, right? They're
Okay.
doing things over and over and over and over again. Now that's Kim
Like,
and
mama,
my thing.
mama, mama,
Oh my God.
mama. Your eyes are closed. Mama, mama. Like it's not obvious that I'm asleep.
And so here's one of the things when my wife and I we first got married that I used to do that really annoyed her. I didn't realize I was annoying her. But as we got older, she told me that used to annoy me. Is I talk really loud. And she would be like, and I listen to the TV really loud, right? So I talk really loud and then I listen to the TV really loud. And
Really loud.
it really, really, really annoys her. But now one of the things that she does that annoys me is she
Nothing
watches
like
these shows about murder and killing and dying.
I like to solve things, try to figure out
Yeah,
who
that's
did
it. You
it.
know, try to dress it up however you want to do it. But those are some of the things that annoy you. So my wife gave me, here's the one that ignore me is that here's the one that annoys me is when people don't make the expectation. And it took me a long time to get over this because I would have such high expectations for people
Mm-hmm.
and then they fall short.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's tough. So, you would think like, I was expecting people to respond to something the way I would respond to it. I was expecting people to care for something the
The
way
way
I
you would care
cared for it.
for it.
But people come from different backgrounds, people come from different things. So a lot of times it's tough. It's tough
Yes.
to and it's kind of unfair to put that on people too.
Well, especially if you haven't articulated them. But we're not really into communication in this particular uh, teaching, but it's challenging if it was never articulated. And you want people to read minds.
Here's another way that you can know it. Now I put up there. Here it is right there. Right there. Read that one.
Stop.
Nosy.
We're saying stop, not because nosy, but
Nosy.
I picked up the wrong pair of reading glasses that I
Oh,
put on
oh,
top
so
of my
I didn't even
contacts.
realize that.
So he said, read it. And I was like, now you
Oh, you gotta
know
see it. Oh, I
good
didn't
enough
realize
well.
that. So number one, we said that people can annoy us family members, relationships, we
Uh,
get annoyed, number one, because of repetition. People doing things over and over again, like she's always gave you up to calling your name, doing things not changing. I said mine was expectations, but I
expect
believe all of us have had this thing about being
just
nosy.
nosy, right? Right. Asking questions. We were talking about that before the broadcast came on. Uh, prying into things that have nothing to do with someone, asking questions, and you know they're not necessarily asking because of good intent.
How many of y'all got that family member, right, that ask a question, but you know the intent behind it?
I don't have those kind of family
I
members.
didn't say no. I
I
didn't say
don't.
no.
And I
I
can't
think
relate.
everybody in their family has somebody that's in their family that they ask questions only to pry.
They dig.
Right.
They digging.
They
Digging
have
for gold.
they have no way of trying to do anything to help you.
No real concern for you, just
They
digging.
just digging, prying, trying to get the
Yeah.
information for no reason at all, and
They
that
got a reason,
is
but
a
not a
thing
reason that's for your
that
good.
annoys me. That
Mm-hmm.
annoys me. Or they're talkative. They're talkative. Now I can deal with trying to give somebody supportive advice. What I mean by talkative, but when the family member that gossip all the time, talk about somebody else all the time, they always talk. That annoys me. It really, really annoys me. And so now this is who he's on the boat with.
Yes.
Okay, everybody got these family members, right? Here he's on the boat with people that's constantly repetition doing things. You always doing this thing. You keep calling my name. You keep calling my name. You're not changing. You're not doing anything. Oh, you keep what he. This is who he's on the boat with.
Or expectations. You think everybody helped out with the animals? Everybody did their part, did their share. I thought you was going to do this. So expectations not being met or not properly
Yeah, that is
articulated.
so good. I thought you were gonna clean the pen out. I thought you were gonna clean the pen out. Not
You
communicating.
got to clean them, feed them. Just expectations.
Sometimes in life, love can really just stink. It really can. It really can. And and instead of us just throwing the relationship away, instead of us giving up on the relationship, it's some things that we need to do to try to move on and try to get past it.
I like
Right?
that.
That's not what we're going tonight. Tonight we're going to talk about what I believe that destroys all relationships. But I kind of want to lay the groundwork because sometimes I have to give people examples
Yes.
when they talk about does love stink. Sometimes you have to be like, I know, because Christians, we supposed to love in spite of. But all of us got that family member like, man, you just nosy. All of us got that family member that don't live up to the expectations we thought they should live up to. All of us got that family member that lets us down. All of us got that family member that lied,
Mhm.
right? They just lied for no reason at all. Like this, why?
Well, I remember I had someone when we first started in the ministry. She said, sometimes you can love them, but you just don't like them at the moment.
Right. I think that is so true. You can love them,
I love you, but I don't really like
I
you
don't really like
at the
you.
moment.
So how do we overcome? We're going to talk about some of the things we can do to kind of work towards this, but
Okay.
we're going to transition and talk about something a little bit deeper. So how should Christians respond to somebody that's annoying them? Well, how to should now I learned this one. I learned this one going through therapy. I learned
Okay.
this one going through therapy, right? I didn't even realize
But you
this.
didn't let me respond.
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
How should Christians respond? Just turn the other cheek. Just ignore it.
Okay. And then when you turn back around, they still they still there. They still
All
bother
right.
you.
All right. So take it deeper. How should we
I
respond?
learned this one, guys. I learned this one going through therapy. We have to really understand our triggers.
I love that.
Let's
I
talk about
love
that.
that. So a trigger is something that kind of, I hate to say set you off, but it elicits some emotions in you.
Right.
And you got to get to the root of why I'm triggered by something.
Mhm.
You got to understand, why is this triggering me? Why is this eliciting such irritation, frustration, anger, or whatever the case may be? Is it really the person, or is there something a little bit deeper?
And that was so critical to when I was talking to the therapist. it was something I had never heard of before because the first thing I thought was they need to change. They need to fix this. They need it was always as if I don't know if there's a victim mentality, like when you're always blaming somebody else. Is that victim?
Possibly,
When you're always
possibly.
blaming somebody else for what's going on. I don't know if that's victim or whatever, but I was blaming the other person, but it really made me look deeper at myself. And that's where the real growth comes in. You have to look at what is it about this situation.
That always sets me off.
It always sets you off because that's the magnet that the enemy is using.
Hmm.
That's the magnet that he's using. And I ministered this on Saturday. You need to go back and listen to that message. I ministered on this Saturday about this when I was talking about you don't know who God is going to use.
Yes.
That's going to bless you, that's going to pour into your life. You don't know who God is going to use. So a lot of times we have to really search our hearts and we have to say, what is
Is
it
it
that,
about this?
yes,
Yes.
yes.
I love that.
And come to find out, it was so deep with me, it went all the way back to my childhood.
Yeah.
It went all the way back to my childhood.
Can I add a little piece to that?
Mhm.
Particularly if you're triggered and it's in different places, different people, but it's always around the same thing. It's something deeper there.
Right.
You're right. So it's not necessarily a particular person. You got to get to the root of
Now,
that.
let me say this too. This is important. Sometimes it ain't really nothing deep. Kim and I realized this. A lot of times you can be annoyed by repetition, you can be annoyed by expectations, you can be annoyed by what a person doing. Sometimes you're just tired.
You sometimes you have to put
Let me
yourself to
tell you
bed.
something. A 20-minute nap is
Will
anointing.
set you free.
Sometimes
It
you just
saves homes and marriages.
yeah, yeah. And so we've matured in this thing now. So my wife would get to a point now she say, hey, listen, I tell you what I'm gonna do.
I've already
I'm
told
gonna
him.
go take my nap.
I tell myself, let me go and give you a heads up. I'm going to bed
Right.
because it's in everybody's best interest that I close my eyes.
Sometimes it's triggering something that's an old wound in
Yes.
you that needs to be healed,
Yes.
right? And so the person, they're not dealing with the person as they're dealing with right now. They're dealing with an old wound that needs to be healed. So
It's
again,
like somebody pulled up, they rubbed up against it. You ever had an old wound
yeah,
or something where, you know what, I don't even, it's still healing.
hmm
We all got some internal wounds that are still being
yeah,
healed, but we pretend like they're not there and we haven't dealt with it. And then when somebody rub up against it,
yeah.
it sets us off.
Here's another thing: how you handle these things. You have to set clear boundaries. And I put it in my notes. I think I put it as terms. Can you show me that one, John? I think I put it as terms. You have to set clear terms, set clear boundaries
Boundaries.
for yourself
Boundaries.
and for that
Oh,
person.
I gotta add this on. So, and boundaries. So we tying it back to Noah and the ark and setting boundaries. Guys, we go through different seasons in life.
Yeah,
What was cool on the land and everybody had their space, and I can go over here and the family can be over there. That was okay, but we're in a different space
mhm,
now. Different set of circumstances. So sometimes we have to set up new boundaries.
yes,
And so when we don't set up boundaries and we don't get an understanding, then that causes things to begin to stink.
right, right.
Because you're going to be irritated and frustrated and agitated.
And set boundaries for yourself. Say, listen, I'm, I was talking to someone last week, and they said once you give somebody some information, what they do with that information, that's on them.
It's on them.
If you know your clear expectation was, I was trying to communicate this for this reason, right? Now, what they do with that information, what they do with it after you give it to them, that's on them. That's setting a clear boundary. Listen,
Yes.
my job is not to figure this out. My job is to simply just, hey, this is what it is. This is what it is. So
Yes.
make sure you set clear boundaries. Number three, and I really want to talk about this one. Talk.
Not yell,
Talk.
not fuss.
Watch your tone. Talk. Let me tell you a personal testimony. My brother is on backstage. We had a ministry meeting a couple of weeks ago, And after the ministry meeting, he came to me a couple of weeks ago. He said, listen, no, not a couple of weeks, a couple of days ago.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, hey, listen, no, let me back up. So we had the ministry meeting. A couple of days after the ministry meeting, he came to me. He said, listen, he said, how can I communicate better so that we can understand each other? He said, because both of us want the same thing. Both of us need. What I'm trying to say is a lot of times relationships can be restored. It was nothing like that between me and my brother. But a lot of times relationships can be restored if you just talk it out.
Wow.
Just talk it out. I don't understand how we've gotten to a place as a people where we don't talk to each other anymore.
We don't talk. We
We
don't know how to
yell,
effectively
we
communicate.
yell, we demean,
Uh-huh.
and if we don't like for example, I know this broadcast go all over the world, right? So it's people looking at us. That's y'all. I did my wife and I. We did ministry in India at one time. So this ministry goes all over the world, right? So a lot of times people don't understand the heated of politics that's going on in America, and so I don't understand where we've gotten to a place where we can't clearly communicate with each other simply because somebody don't see the world the way you see it.
Wow.
You know, families are being destroyed, relationships are being destroyed because because people see the world differently than how you see it. And at the root of it, you know what it is? It's respect.
I like that.
It's respect.
It's respect.
It's respect. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I was just gonna say I think that's very powerful that knowing how to effectively communicate. And you can effectively communicate, make your point without yelling, fussing, screaming, demeaning, all of those things. You in respecting the other
You
person.
can go so much further simply by just because listen, you're talking about two different people that can look at something two different, sometimes three or four different people
Mm-hmm.
is looking at a situation totally, totally different. My wife, we've been married for 20 some years,
I know. We're like, what is this? What
right?
is this?
Yeah, we've been a long time. We've been
Uh,
friends for 30 years,
yes.
right? Okay.
I'm see. You see, I'm trying to do the numbers in my head
When
here.
I look at peanut butter, Ezekiel bread,
Don't you
and
talk about?
and honey,
I love it.
when I look at those three things, I see the most horrible, I see torture.
Oh, it's a treat. I
That's what I see.
love it.
But this joker here,
I love it.
she be
I get
licking the spoon like it
excited.
is so good. Two totally different personalities, two totally different. When you living in the house with somebody or you've been in relationship with people, people got two different views, two totally different views. Now me, I can take some pickles, lay those pickles out, give me some garlic salt, put that garlic salt on there,
Then y'all feel your
put your
pressure
little
go
lemon
up.
juice on there, then put some black pepper.
Everybody felt their
Let me tell
pressure
you,
go up. Then you
let me tell
feel
you
it.
something. That snack right there has anointing on it. It has power.
It
It's
has
power. Everybody understand that
it has blood
they
pressure
they felt
raising power.
they felt a shift when I said that,
No,
right?
that's your blood level.
They
That's your
said
levels.
somebody I heard somebody just went up in tongues when
Mm-mm,
they heard that.
mm-mm.
See? Two totally different people, totally different taste buds. But just because we see it differently, I'm not gonna just throw it on and say,
Well,
you crazy, you dumb, you
and
stupid.
one doesn't
Why would you eat
invalidate
that?
the other,
Right, exactly.
right? One doesn't invalidate the other. I love that.
So why did I spend so much time on that? I spent so much time on that because believe it or not, that's just our introduction to go into the next 4 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks about what we're going to be ministering on. Go back, go back. Yeah, can you go back, Jonathan, one more? Go forward, yeah, right there. Because we're going to spend the next 4 weeks this month. The ministry we've been ministering on is called Mind Renewal. Mind Renewal. You don't want to miss Saturday. I got an amazing message called My Mind is Playing Tricks on Me. Right?
Do y'all remember the song back then? Dun,
Yeah.
dun, dun. Okay,
And
I'm
that I
giving
can't
my
see what I'm
age.
talking to.
Yeah, I'm
My
telling
mind,
my age
my
now.
mind is playing 50, 60, 60 years old.
Uh-huh.
No, my mind is playing. You don't want to miss Saturday right here online. We're going to be ministering on My Mind is Playing Tricks on Me. But I wanted to deal with this because this month we're going to be dealing with how you renew your
Your
mind
mind.
and how you
Yes.
renew. We're talking about renewal. And what we want God to do is begin to bring healing to your body. And we want to begin to bring healing to your mind. We want God to begin to bring healing to your relationships. We believe God is going to bring healing to your life. So we dealt with that part about being annoyed, dealing with relationships, dealing with people in close confines, dealing with all these different things because unforgiveness is unresolved annoyance.
Mhm.
I never thought about that until I was preparing today. If you never, it's annoyance that hadn't been processed. Unforgiveness, think about those three things I just said. I said setting clear boundaries, terms, talking about it, and dealing with your triggers. You can't deal with those three things because the unforgiveness is there.
Wow.
Unforgiveness is there. And so we want to deal with that over the next couple of weeks. We want to go a deep dive into how to overcome unforgiveness. Go to that last slide and we're going to end right here. Three annoy because I want to give you like a test, right?
Okay.
Because some of people say they know how to cover up their salvation. They cover it up with shouting. They cover up their salvation with singing. They cover up their salvation with scriptures. And they never deal with what's really going on, right?
Hmm.
That's why the Bible says they have a form of godliness, but there is no power because they haven't allowed the power of God to go in and change them. They have a form of godliness. They look godly,
Hmm.
but beneath it all is unforgiveness. So here's a little test Kim and I want to give you. You take number one.
And I was gonna say now,
Oh,
the professor in me, I just, the type A in me, guys, my sin is word rap. That unforgiveness is just like irking me
well,
that
it word wrap.
they went around to the next line. But I just,
It
that's
word wrap
it
because I
wasn't
told
like that.
somebody not to change the fun.
When I uploaded it changed. But you keep replaying it.
Explain that, honey.
Well, replaying it just I thought it was done with. I thought we handled it. I thought it was settled. I thought we moved forward, but you keep replaying it.
Right. And you replaying it in your arguments.
Replaying it in your arguments,
We were talking
bringing
about
it back up. Yes.
we were talking about going to the movies.
I thought that was over. I thought that was settled and done 2 weeks ago,
Yep.
a year ago, or whatever the case may be. But you're replaying it.
Over and over and over.
So you really haven't gotten past it.
Now
Because if
listen
you
to
did, you
this.
wouldn't be bringing it back up.
You know you hadn't gotten over it
Hmm.
when you were replaying it also in your mind.
You,
Now y'all ain't never got people told in your mind. Come on now.
you get them.
You ain't got them in your
And my
mind.
husband laughs at me because he says, and I hope I don't do this, but he says we just been around each other for a long time, 30 some years. So he could look at my facial expression and he'll be like, "Who you getting? Who you get?" I was like, "What?" You can
She be
see.
getting them in her mind
And
now.
yeah, and my mind came from West End. I got him.
Yeah.
got him.
Right.
But
I never had that problem because I get them.
yeah, you get them, and see, then we have to go back and be like, "Now, why you say that?
Because
Why
I
you-"
mean it. At that time, I mean it. I really mean it at that time. Number two, you start withholding.
Wow.
You start withholding, right? And Kevin and I, we dealt with this like a lot of times when people walk around here just silent. You're withholding
And
conversations.
I
You're
didn't
withholding
really know
joy.
that. I mean, I knew sometimes people would get upset, and I understand. Okay, we just need to take a little silent moment for a minute. But I never knew until we really got into the ministry that people go weeks and months
Yeah, not
live
talking,
in the same house and won't talk to
not
each other.
talking, and you're giving the any space when the Bible clearly says, "Don't let the sun go down on their wrath." The sun that went down the roads and went down the roads and went down, and you still haven't dealt with it.
I haven't dealt with it.
You got to deal with that piece, and you're withholding it from those. Last one,
Oh, that last one. And don't nobody raise your hand. But I know that if not some of you, some people that will eventually listen to this broadcast, I'm not saying I've ever been like this. I don't know about you. No, we've all probably do it. You kind of want to see them bump their head just a little bit.
yeah,
Like you be like, Lord, I don't want you to take them out, but I need them to feel it.
evil imaginations, right?
I need them to feel it. I need them to. I don't want it to be too bad, Lord, but they need to get a little. a little taste.
I want to close with this right here. You don't wake up one day just hating that family member, hating the person that you've been married to for all this long, hating your parents, hating a situation. You don't just wake up one day and say, we went to bed last night, you loved him, wake up the next day, you hate him. But you wake up one day realizing you never let go of what hurt you. And because you never released and dealt with the pain, the hurt, the rejection, you never dealt with it because you never addressed it and you never faced it head on. Now, here you are, still dealing with unforgiveness, and that's what's holding you. But we're going to renew your mind this month. Your mind is going to be renewed. Your mind is going to be renewed.
Yes.
All right, honey, you got it.
Awesome. So we gave our announcements a little bit earlier. Just every Saturday, again, we're online at 10:30 a.m. And then the fourth weekend of the month, we meet on that Sunday at 10 o'clock a.m. And if you're interested in connecting with us, you can find us online. We have a QR code that we'll put up for you. You can share that with family and friends. And then I want to give a special shout out. I thought it was really interesting that we dove a little bit into communication. And guys, there's somebody on the broadcast tonight that I think, number one, has a phenomenal voice. I love to hear when they do communicating and when they share. And this person is actually doing some work at talking about the power of your voice. A virtual, I believe, online workshop. Her name is Shawana McGee, and hopefully she can put her
Oh, Tracy,
stuff.
that's my sister's
Yeah,
friend.
I would
Hey,
love for
Shawana.
you, if you have your information or something, you can pop in the comments. When I tell you, one of our first videos we did
Yes,
many years ago,
many years
she
ago.
narrated the video.
She did.
So and,
Yes.
I love to hear her voice. Now we so many things have changed since then, so we don't have that video out anymore. But when I tell you dynamic speaker, and you can learn a lot about the power in your voice. If you want to learn more, connect with Miss McGee. But guys, it has been a pleasure. And it's Tuesday night. Like I said, the week has been full. So I keep thinking it's later in the week. But guys, we pray that you have a phenomenal week.
And Cab came in tonight. Look at that.
Yes, come
Frat.
Cab.
Frat. I threw the sign on Frat.
They don't even know what that is. They look like somebody having like arthritis issues.
With my frat, we throw gang signs up.
Oh my gosh.
Good to see you.
Guys,
Goes Dr. Cars here.
yes, and
My baby's not here tonight. He's our number
working
one
on a
fan.
project.
He's working on a project for his school.
He told me, he said, I'm gonna get it in, Mom. I said, well, go work on it.
Yeah.
Go work on it.
All right.
Guys, have a phenomenal week.
God bless you guys.
God bless you. Remember, nation's waiting on you.
On you.